How do you feel about people who back into parking spaces?
I don't really think one way or the other.
I generally have a slight amount of judgment for people who back into parking spaces.
I mean,
I
we've
don't, I look down on them ever so slightly when you back into a parking space.
we've documented my parking lot anxiety. So the further I can get and the more air parentheses control that I can have over parking, which is obviously easier to pull out of a parking spot than back out of a parking spot. I'm all for it.
See, that's why I have a little bit of a judgment, is because I think when you're backing into a parking space, you're essentially saying, I can't back out of the parking space. I'm not a good enough driver to be able to back out in difficult circumstances. So I can only pull forward. That to me is what you're saying. You're admitting defeat, and that's why I have a little bit of judgment towards it.
I mean, I don't blame anybody for that. Maybe it's just also easier. Like I
But
said,
it,
I feel
but it's not easier because either way you have to back in. Either way you have to back up at some point. So it's kind of like you've got to add something up to three. You've either got to do two in the first round and one in the next, or one in the first round and two in the next. Like, so it's not easier.
if you put it that way, then it's for me, it would be better to get the hard part out of the way first. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Okay. I also do tend to notice a pattern that people who back into parking spaces are mainly bigger cars. Mainly like trucks and big SUVs are backing into parking spaces. I think it's because they're not good enough drivers to just make the turn and park correctly in the first place.
I mean, I'm not going to hate on anybody for trying to park one of those. Those are not easy cars to park. I wouldn't even try it at that point. I would just park 6 spaces away from somebody.
That's the thing too. That's I would respect that more if you just park way away from everybody. I don't like the fact that you don't have as much judgment about back in parking as I do, and I think that you're secretly trying to kind of apologize for them because you want to be one of them. You would be a back in parker full time if it was allowed.
I mean, I'm a part-time backer inner. I do it at like large events, like sporting events, concerts, things like that, because there's no way that I'm like, there's already going to be a line first, right, to try to get out of the venue or wherever, and then you have to back out. There's a lot of anxiety, so I'd rather just be able just to pull out, maybe have to cut somebody off if I have to, and it's just easier that way.
I think that we have gotten to the root of the issue on both of us, right? Like, so back in parkers are ultimately slightly afraid of leaving. They're afraid they're not going to be able to get out. They're just afraid they're not going to be heard. So back in parkers are inferior to other people.
Wow, I feel like you're going real deep on that. I don't think that. I do think it takes more of a level of thought than just pulling into a spot. Um, the only way that I would actually judge someone for backing into a spot is if, the parking lot or whatever was kind of sparse and they
Mm,
still back into a spot. Then I'd be like, you didn't have to, but I'm cool with it. I'm not going to pass judgment one way or the other.
okay. Well, I'm going to pass a little bit of judgment. 10 to 25% judgment is what you're getting from me if you're a back in parker.
How about this? Who would you have more judgment against? Someone who back in parks when they don't have to, or somebody who stops in a handicap spot, runs into the store, and then comes back out real fast.
Oh, the person who parks in a handicap spot. You can't do that.
Okay. All right,
That you
fair enough.
can't do that. I won't even use the handicap stalls at bathrooms. Like, no,
Oh,
that's reserved for somebody who needs it. You can leave that alone.
you must be
You,
going to much nicer places than me. I mean, I don't think I've really ever seen a handicap only bathroom. I mean, there's accessible bathrooms. If that's what is that what you mean? Like the
accessible
accessible?
bathroom. Yeah, like the
Okay.
one that's usually at the end, the bigger one.
I mean, I've used those before.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. I have a good friend that ran into an incident once. Somebody was in there and his son needed to use it. Don't do that. Don't be that guy, man. Don't be using handicap things when you don't need it. Just get through life. Wait, have you done that? Have you parked into a handicap stall and ran in?
No, I've never parked. No, I've never done that. And I actually do judge people who I see do that. Because I just think it's tasteless. Like a lot of times it's 10 extra steps and you're clearly not handicapped, at least physically. And then the bathroom thing, I am usually with my children and it's a bigger stall, so it's easier to use. Um,
That's a little
obviously,
bit of a pass. I'll give you more of a pass for that. Now, if you were just using it on your own, I'm like, no, dude, you gotta get out of there.
obviously,
Kids,
if
I get
somebody
it.
comes in that needs it, I mean, you do what you can. It's not like you're using it to piss off the handicap community. But no, I don't mess around with handicap spots in parking lots. I don't even get that close to the front of the store. I just
No,
find
I'd
the
rather
first
park.
spot
Yeah.
and I just pull in, man.
You ready for shout outs there,
I am,
Big
man.
D?
Let's get going here. I got a good first one here. In memory of my favorite club. So we're gonna start with Luna Roach, uh, Abdul Rahman Ponce, Liana Garcia, Margie Graves, Donna Sweeney, Holly Reynolds, Daisy Brennan, Dylan Butler, Mark Singh, and Harry Smith.
We're gonna talk about your mustache. We're gonna leave that alone. Just want to know.
I mean, what? I mean, we can talk about it if you want. I don't. How about
Just
this? How
doing.
about you ask me how many days it's been since I've shaved, and and that way the people listening will have an idea of what it looks like.
Hmm. Okay, but I know you don't grow a lot of facial hair. So on me, which I can grow a mustache. I don't grow a lot of facial hair, but I can grow a mustache pretty quickly. That's probably 3 days, maybe two.
Okay.
I bet that's been a week for you.
Yeah, at least. Probably more like going on day 9 or 10, maybe 11, but it's definitely been a week.
God, you really can't grow facial hair. You really can't grow
And
facial hair.
I can't, I mean, it is what it is. I don't,
Is are there
anyways.
clubs, right? Like there's clubs and there's all kinds of things for men who are bald. Are there clubs and organizations for men who can't grow facial hair?
Uh,
Do you want to be the
I
president?
I mean, there's that hair in what's it called? Hair
Hair club for
i
men.
i implanting thing in Turkey where people go to Turkey and apparently they have some thing there where they can have hair. They can do it for your facial hair too, I was reading. But I'm not that desperate.
Could you like what kind of facial hair would you get implanted? Like you just really want to grow a mustache? It'd have to be a beard. The only reason that I could see somebody going and getting facial hair implants is if they thought a beard could really make their jawline look better. That would be the only justification I could see because I couldn't see somebody just being like, "Man, I've always wanted a mustache."
I mean, I don't want a beard. I don't want a mustache. I don't want any facial hair. Like I just haven't shaved because I just haven't shaved. But like we both have friends, I'm sure, or know people that have just these big bushy beards, and I'm like, how do you live with that thing on your face? I mean,
It
it's
seems
a
so itchy to
lot.
me. It seems
Like
so itchy.
it's. I will say this. I think because I think the mustache is back. I think, and I think it's ridiculous looking. I've always thought mustaches, unless you're like a cowboy in 1809, like they just make no sense. And I'm not even sure what a mustache really does, other than catch all the shit before it hits your nose, I guess.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and give my controversial opinion that if you're growing a mustache, you've run out of things to do. You have run out of things to do if you're just go like, I'm going to grow a mustache.
I
There are
mean, I
people
think
though, like I know a couple of people with beards though that I think grow them out so they look much different. Like some people without a beard, like, oh, you look a lot different without that beard.
well, Jelly Roll just said this actually, and I agree with him that bigger guys grow beards because it hides their chins and their fat
Mm,
rolls. And I don't disagree with that. But also like I feel like you have to pull it off.
yeah.
You have to be able to pull it off.
You are a bigger man than I am. Do you have a lot of green shirts? I have always had this theory that bigger guys really like to have a lot of green shirts.
No, I have primarily three colors of shirt in my closet. Now I do have a one or two green shirts, yes, but
Exactly. I don't own a single green shirt.
well, that's not fair then. I mean, green is a main color. I mean, by chance you should have one, even if it's a polo or something.
No, I think that green shirts are reserved for bigger guys. Skinny guys don't wear green shirts.
Well,
Look
I
around.
think
Look
I
around
think
society.
I think white shirts are for skinny guys. So,
I mean, you just made that up. Just look around. Now, once you're aware of the big guy green shirt phenomenon, you will notice that, like, tell me the next time you see a skinnier guy in a green shirt. If it's not, it's going to be a bigger guy. Bigger guys love green shirts. It's my theory.
wow. I've kind of lost interest in this conversation.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's move on.
I mean, how can we not talk about last night, which is the NBA Finals and the game? You know, first off, a ticket to Game Three. It's if you're not familiar with the NBA, it's the San Antonio Spurs versus the New York Knicks. Blah blah blah. The starting ticket for Game Three in New York was like $10,000, which is absurd. Uh, President Trump, for all of our American listeners was there, which was a catastrophe in terms of they had to shut down or they like the bars and viewing parties around the arena were asked not to do anything due to security concerns for the president being there, which seems really shitty on the president's part, you know, taking away all that business. And then the game happens. The Spurs beat the Knicks, which I think it's 2-1 now. New York's still in the lead. But then after the game, New York fans, there's tons of videos on social media of Knicks fans just like randomly attacking Spurs fans, like beating them up, ripping off their jerseys. Like there's this it's really sad actually. And it doesn't look like this person, like, you know, you never know, but it doesn't look like the Spurs fan is walking by himself. It doesn't look like he's trying to cause any trouble. And Knicks fans are like, Spurs jersey, Spurs jersey. And they just start jumping this guy, and he starts trying to fight him off. And of course, like, you know, 1 against 20, you're never going to win. And they beat him up pretty bad and took his jersey. And it's like, so, anyways, I just wanted to talk, you know, I just wanted to bring that up. Like with the World Cup here, I don't think we could have done a worse job as a country of anything for the World Cup. Promotion, security wise, all this stuff, like it's all terrible. And you know, then you have that yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what are we doing? Like, that's why my question to you is: would you take your kids? You know, because you have two younger boys, just like I have two young little girls. Like, would you take them to a football game or like a high stakes playoff game? Like,
No.
I won't.
No, I would not. And I certainly wouldn't. Like, you kind of got to know where you are in life. Like, I would not go to another team's stadium that's really fired up wearing the opposing team's jersey. Like, I just wouldn't do that. I think to some degree this shouldn't happen. I don't think anybody's arguing that it should, but like don't do that. Don't go into a hostile environment trying to egg on the hostile environment. I like if I was in that situation, I'm not wearing a Spurs jersey. I'm not wearing a Spurs jersey there.
I mean, I'm not going to sound all machismo, but I mean, I would wear a Detroit jersey because I just don't think, you know, you know, I wouldn't think that would happen, right? Like if
This is the championship though, right? So why would you even need to be in a situation where you would be wearing a Detroit jersey to a championship? Detroit never plays at a championship. You would never be in this situation. Why would you even think about it? There's no chance that a Detroit team will ever be playing for a championship. So this is essentially a problem that you don't even have to worry about.
I mean, do you want me to give you the 30-second ramble on the state of Detroit sports? Because I can make you feel much better. If you,
They're terrible. They're terrible. They're all terrible. Go ahead.
our,
Go ahead.
our captain of the Detroit Red Wings, our hockey team, requested a trade this week. He's the captain and he wants to leave. Now, fine,
Smart
good
man.
riddance, be gone. But anyways, yeah. Did the Pistons made the playoffs, by the way? Does Seattle, do they even have a basketball team anymore? Or did they
No,
move?
because they have a championship football team and won the Super Bowl. What's basketball? I'm sorry, what's that like the number three, number four sport? I care about football. The
God,
championship. It's
you
the
guys are gonna
champion.
get smashed this year, and I can't wait.
Okay, cool. At least we won.
You're right. You won. You
Right,
might
you
have
can't.
cheated, but
So
you won.
your whole theory about like I'm gonna wear a Detroit T-shirt, like no, you're not, because
I mean,
they're not going.
the point to me bringing this up was the kids thing, and like I just you know I would be really butthurt, right? Like you spend all that money, you go to a game, they lose, whatever. But like in no way am I gonna randomly attack somebody because they're wearing another jersey. Like that's not instigating anything, or appears to not be instigating anything. It's just seems absurd. Like
Oh,
the
I agree.
what once again, what are we doing? Like it's crazy to me.
I don't think that there is a single thing that we have in society that is going right now that is going well. Is there a single thing in society happening right now that is going well?
I mean, not to be this person, but I mean, unless you're one of the 1%, no, absolutely
No.
not. Like,
Nope.
um,
Not a single thing is going well in the world right now. And I don't think that that
well,
was the case. I don't think that's always been the case. I don't want to try to put this all on one particular administration, although they think that they're largely responsible for a lot of things. But I just think that we have entered into an age of society in which not a single thing is going well for people. Healthcare, that's not going well. Politics, that's not going well. Economy, not going well. Culture, not going well.
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with you. I do wonder, and once again, I was talking to somebody about this uh over the weekend. It's like, we read history books about the 1800s, right? Whatever, 1900s, and we're like, man, that must have sucked for various reasons. In 200 years, when people read about this time, I wonder what they're gonna say. Like, are we living through the worst time America's ever seen? Now, probably not, right? Because we haven't had a world war. Like the COVID pandemic wasn't like the Spanish flu to a large degree, though it was still terrible. But it's like I just wonder what the history books are gonna say about 2000 to 2030, you know?
It's going to be an interesting thing, right? I think that you'll have more cultural and societal uplift, but in the grand scheme of things, like humanity's still doing pretty okay. It's not like we're back in the bubonic plagues days when a third of humanity died.
Yeah. No, we just have Logan Paul and Jake Paul,
Arguably
and
worse. Arguably
you
worse.
know, the Kardashian family, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I just don't think that we have a single thing in our society that is going well or seems to be promising. Like, oh, that's
No,
getting better. Okay.
well,
Go ahead.
that's depressing. But all right, maybe we should go to something uplifting,
Okay.
like maybe some sweet summer tunes.
Oh, okay. I want to see what you did here because I have a feeling that you did not quite get the top five that I am talking about. So I
Oh,
did top five summer songs. Like these had to be songs of the summer, not songs about summer.
oh, yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
did
Okay.
wrong
Well,
then.
that's fine. We'll just do two separate lists and then berate them equally.
Oh,
But
wait.
our
So you did songs that came out from what, like May to September?
songs of the summer, like songs that you would say, oh, that was the summer in 2023 versus the song that was the summer in 2021. It's fine. We'll just go through it. I mean, it's not like our lists are highly educated anyway. But our top five is top five songs of the summer.
All right, so my number 5 is Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
God, you're old. God, you're old. Aruba, Jamaica.
I bet it, mama. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, like I still don't know all the words, but I know the theme and the beat, and I mumble it. So
I mean, that's such an old person song. Like, no 18, 19, 20-year old is like, yeah,
no,
Kokomo, baby.
for all you youngins out there, my list is pretty old because these are classic songs that are still played throughout the summer.
Okay, so I went with songs that were named songs of the summer. My number five is "Crazy in Love" by Beyonce, which was a song of the summer back in the 2005 to 2010.
Okay. I mean I know the song. I don't particularly remember it being a song of the summer, but that's fine.
It was the song of the summer. Kokomo was never the song of the summer.
It's probably not, but people are still singing Kokomo. Like, it's like
It's
Jimmy Buffett. You can literally just say Jimmy Buffett is the top five.
I have always disliked Jimmy Buffett. Great artist, seemed like a nice guy, but I have always disliked Jimmy Buffett ever since I worked as a bartender and heard Margarita play every 30 minutes every night for years.
I did leave Margaritaville off my list, by the way.
Thank you. I hate that song. I have
I
pathological hatred to that song.
I can feel it coming through the computer screen.
I hate it. I hate it. It's number four.
So my number four is Dancing Queen by ABBA.
God dang. You such a lame ass. Yeah. Dancing. I mean, it's good songs. I'm just not 65.
Yeah, but I mean, once again, it comes on and you're just like, okay, this is a cool jam. It's warm outside. I got a beer, water in my hand. Like it's cool. Like it's just legit.
My number four is Despacito.
Okay, that's a good one. That's
That's
a
a
good
big
one.
song. That's a big song. Probably could have honestly had that higher up on my list of summer songs. What's your number three?
Yeah, that's a good one. My number three is California Love by Tupac.
Ooh, now that is one of my favorite songs. I love that song. I
Now,
don't.
mind you, I do
Hmm.
agree to a certain. I think I know what you're saying there. Like that song can come on at any point. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But man, if you're just outside in the summer on a summer night and that song comes on, like it's a banger.
Ooh, I would be willing to make a bet in that the closer you are to the interior of the United States, the more that song is a summer song to you. If you're on the coasts, that's not so much of a summer song
Okay. Even though yeah, the guys that made it were, you know,
in
coast
California.
guys. But
Yeah. That's why
all right.
maybe it's not so much because you kind of have, when you're on the coast, you kind of have more of that atmosphere in general. Life is a little bit more uplifting when the weather's nice than when I
Yeah.
lived in the Midwest. Yeah,
Well, I
you
mean,
feel better about life when you're on the coast and the weather's nice in any time of year than you do in the Midwest.
that's why your hair always looks good.
Exactly. Stress free life, baby. I'm actually 65.
What if all along, we reveal our ages at the end of this and it's like Nick is 73 and John is 63.
My number three is Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO.
Yeah, dude, that's a fantastic song.
That's a
It's a
great
great
fucking
song.
song. Man, did they
Like,
just blow themselves up, though.
yeah, I don't even know what happened to them. Did they just like make a couple of hit albums and then just stop?
Yeah, I think success got to them. I think they made two good songs and then success got to them and they just said, you know what? Screw it.
Did did
I'd
one of
have to
them
be
die?
pretty pissed off to not work with somebody if I was making millions of dollars.
My number two is by the Beatles, and it's called "Here Comes the Sun."
You're just, I mean, it's a great song. You're just
Yeah,
such an old man. You don't have a song that's in, do you have a song earlier than that? Wait, do you have a song later than the 1970s? Are all your
uh,
songs from the 1970s and earlier?
my number one is late '80s.
You don't have a single thing that came out in the twos. All my
No,
songs came out in the twos.
I mean, maybe if we were going like if we had actually talked about our lists, I would have put Desposito on my list, like for like number
Mm,
one summer songs for sure, or top five summer songs. But like, yeah, I don't know the just when I think of summer, like these are some of the songs that pop into my head, and Desposito wasn't on that list at the time.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Yellow Submarine.
Nope.
Submarines are awesome. My number 2 is a bar song by Shabuzi. That was
Dude,
everywhere.
yeah, I left country off on purpose, but that's an all. I love Shibuzi, by the way. I have every EP album he's ever put out.
I never understand that. I don't understand the difference between record of the year, album of the year, EP of the year. I don't understand any of that. Is the record the song?
No, I think song is song. I'm not sure what the difference is between an album and a record. An EP is an extended play, which is only supposed to be like 2 to 5 tracks.
Mm.
Um, but
Okay, what's your number
uh,
one?
yeah. So my number one, "Summer of '69" by
Ah,
Bryan Adams.
God.
Do. Like, I also have to put it out there. I love Bryan Adams. So,
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. At no point in my life would I ever think that I would say the words "I love Bryan Adams." I know "Summer of '69," and that's the only song that I know from Bryan Adams.
yeah. I mean, there's. I'm trying to. His biggest hit probably was the Robin Hood song. Remember that song? "Everything I do it for you."
That was Bryan Adams?
Yeah.
No. I mean, yeah, I do. Everything I do.
I do it for you.
An album is a collection of songs released together as a cohesive project. A record refers to the physical format used to play that music, or is used as a casual synonym for any recorded audio track or project. So after reading that, I still don't understand it.
I'm just gonna say they're the same thing.
I'm just gonna say they're the same thing too. My number one. You had your number one.
Yep.
Hope you're ready for this to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen.
I do. So come on, baby. Call me maybe. I mean, it's catchy. It's a crap song, but it's fine. She made tons of money off it, so
Yeah, give me some
like
crap music. You're over here. It's your Eagles and whatever.
listen,
Snob.
people who know me know that I love crap music. I don't know if I'm gonna go as low as Carly Rae Jepsen, but that's fine.
How many can openers do you have at your house?
Can openers,
Yeah.
electric or manual?
You have an electric and a manual can opener? Do you have more than 3 can openers at your house?
Yes.
Do you have more than 5 can openers at your house?
No. I have
So you have 4 can openers.
I have 2 manual and 2 automatic, but the automatic ones were gifted to me. I don't use them, but I have them just in case I ever need them for whatever reason.
Hmm. I don't really know of any situation in which you would need to have more than 1 can opener at your house.
What sparked this question?
I just had to buy a can opener this weekend because I broke our other can opener, and I thought to myself as I was buying this, I bet John has more than 3 can openers at his house because this is the man who has 13 pairs of tongs.
It's probably more like 10 now. I busted a couple already. I accidentally left one on the grill and it melted. That was a great time.
Unreal. I'm
Sorry, buddy.
stopping it. Unless you have some really good ones in your honorable mention.
Nope, I'm just gonna be walking on sunshine. Hey.
That's a good song. I like Walking on Sunshine. I'm walking on sunshine.
And it's time to feel good.
By ending it,